Okay, so this is to get your screenplay out of CeltX into Microsoft Word so you can use um, comments as a way of marking off your shot list. Okay, so this is kind of a not quite as not quite as versatile as CeltX, but it'll get you through a short screenplay of 4 or 5 pages. So what we're doing basically is we're just using comments here on the right to identify parts of the screenplay that are going to have a particular shot. Now the details and the information in the shot list on the right here is pretty much taken from what you would see in CeltX. Okay, so in the shot list section here, you have the option of highlighting a piece of text that identifies a shot, and then you can put in the shot size, frame, and all this kind of stuff. Now there's a lot of stuff here that in a big production in an ideal world you'd have all of this stuff in, but it's enough for us in this instance just to have the shot number, the location, the size of the shot, movement, and some bit of kind of indication of what the action is, and the camera, the vertical angle on the camera as well. Okay, now you can put in more here. I'm just giving this as a kind of um, a the least you can put in would be this amount. But if you want to put in anything else, feel free to put it in there as well. Just don't get to the point where you're kind of almost writing another little kind of mini exposition of shots. Keep it simple enough that you'll be able to look at this on a clipboard if you were out on your shoot, and you should be able to quickly see across your shot list to see what you need. So all I'm doing here is just basically the same as in CeltX, selecting a piece of text and then going down to new comment and then putting in the information that's required there. Okay, so I won't get into the actual details of shots. I just want to use this video to show you that you can use Microsoft Word with comments just to do a basic enough storyboard. Now, if you then wanted to isolate all of the shots that are in a particular location, you can just use the search bar in Microsoft Word. It comes up as navigation. So if you need to find that, you just hit Control and F, and it comes up under the navigation tab with the results section there. Now notice I've put in a little hashtag at the start of the word. That's just in case there are similar words in the screenplay that I don't want to also show up in the search results. So if I just make that the convention going forward, that every location has a hashtag and then the name of the place, I'll be able to search for that directly and then just bring up, it'll just kind of highlight all of the different shots with garden in them, so I know that they're all my garden shots are all going to pop up when I click that. Okay, so that's the general idea. So there's nothing radically new here. We're just using the best available tool, given that we can't use Studio Binder, CeltX, or any of the other ones that they limit the amount of shots that you can get. Now, to get the screenplay from CeltX into Microsoft Word, just use the following. So when you have the screenplay in front of you, go File, Export to Text. Now avoid Fountain and don't output it as a PDF. Export to text, and this one's going to go into my downloads folder, but you could put it wherever it needs to go, because you're going to save it in a moment as a different file type. In Microsoft Word, you go File, Open, and when I browse to the downloads folder here, it mightn't show up. You might just have all Word documents there, and you might only see docx and .doc files there. So you go down to all files, which will show you then the text file that you've just output. So select the text file, click open, and it will bring it in. Now it does disturb some of the formatting, but this is a different document to the screenplay. The screenplay is going to be the PDF you sent to me with all of the proper alignment and indents and all that kind of stuff. This just gives you everything that you need to start highlighting, right click, comment, in goes the shot, and so on and so forth. So it's a handy enough way of organizing your shots using the same process roughly as what you would have used in CeltX. Now, what you do from here on in is entirely up to you. I mean, you can output this as PDF, or I would suggest that the first thing you do is you save it as a Microsoft Word file, so that the next time you open it up, you don't have to go looking for all files and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so you can use this. And if you don't have the money to splash on CeltX or Studio Binder or another one that I just found this morning called Yamdu, there's loads out there, but they all throttle your amount of shots to roughly 10, so that's no good. Okay, I'll leave that with you, and you can get cracking on your shot lists.